Hi everyone, I'm Torzi and welcome to this 30-minute yoga sequence with Runna. We're going to start today in a comfortable cross-leg position, so just meeting me here on your mat, taking the time to lift up out of the hips, draw the crown of the head up to the ceiling above you. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, lift the shoulders up to the ears, and then as you breathe out, drawing them back and down the spine, just opening into the chest here. Hands are resting lightly on your knees or thighs, and we're just going to take a few minutes here at the start of the class to recenter and reconnect. So you can close the eyes here or maybe soften the gaze, and just take a few minutes here to check in with your body and check in with your breath. Just pressing pause on the day we've had so far. And just observing how you feel in this moment. So we can take a scan of the body here, drawing our attention to the top of the head. And then scanning through the entire body, all the way to the tips of our fingers and our toes. And through our body scan, we can start to notice any spots or spaces throughout the muscular system in which we feel particularly tight or tense today. So it could be through the neck and shoulders, maybe the hips. Common spaces to accumulate tension, also the lower back. And as we move through our Yoga for Runners practice today, we will aim to clear tension from the body, leave us feeling really good going into the rest of our day, rest of our week. For the final few moments here in our starting seated pose, just encourage you to draw your hands to rest on your belly. And just breathe with a little more depth for a few rounds. So as you inhale, feeling the belly expand in your hands, the diaphragm filling with air. And as you exhale, belly relaxes, pulls back to the spine. So inhaling for the diaphragm to expand. And exhaling for the diaphragm to relax. Just drawing ourselves here into the correct mental and physical state for the moving practice that lies ahead of us. Taking your final deep breath here. Before opening the eyes. Starting to wiggle through the fingers and the toes. And then we're going to take a breath in, flip the palms, lift the arms up above us. As we exhale, we're going to take a twist towards our left side. So we're going to ground our left fingertips behind us in space. Draw our right hand towards opposite knee. Just coming into a spinal twist here. Finding that rotation. And just looking over your shoulder to find that full twist. Releasing tension from the lower spine. Okay, lifting through center here, reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to ground down through our left palm, reaching the right fingertips up overhead, coming into this side stretch. So lengthening into the right side body here, keeping both our sit bones grounded to extend that stretch. You might want to take a circle through the lifted arm here, just opening into the shoulder. Really nice. And then on an inhalation, lifting up through center, fingertips reaching tall. Take a breath out and twist to the opposite side. So we're twisting towards our right fingertips dropping behind us. Left hand towards your right knee. And just twisting there. Gorgeous job. On your next breath in, you're going to lift back through center, fingertips guiding up towards the ceiling, and then breathing out to root down through your right palm, lifting your left fingertips up and off to the side, stretching into the left side body, mobilizing the back body, the spine here as we get started. You might want to take that nice big circle through that lifted arm, just opening into the shoulder. Really nice. And then on a breath in, lifting up nice and tall those arms, and then guiding your hands to your heart center. Amazing. We're going to stay in a cross-leg pose for one more posture. I'm just going to shift so that I'm facing forward on the mat as I demonstrate this. Right, we're going to keep our legs crossed here. And we're going to take a breath in to reach the fingertips. This time as you exhale, you're going to shift forward. So folding forward from your hips and reaching those forearms in front of you, or you can extend those arms, depending what feels best. And this stretch just really channels into the glutes, into the hips, and the lower back. Taking some lovely deep breaths here. Let's really try to maintain those deep breaths as we move throughout our Yoga for Runner sequence today. Amazing. Let's start to lift ourselves nice and gently out of our folds. Fingertips reach for the sky. And then we're going to ground our palms behind us, fingertips facing forward here. Open through the chest for this heart opener, this counter posture. And you actually have the option here if you'd like to lift up through the hips. So just deepening that back bend a little bit more. Stretching into the front of the shoulder. Really nice. And then gently coming down to the earth. We're going to draw the knees up towards our chest here. We're going to make our way into a boat pose to start activating the core. So we're going to lift our feet up from the earth in front of us in line with those knees, balancing on our sit bones here. Strong through the core, so drawing that belly button back towards your spine. We're going to reach our fingertips forward in front of us in boat pose today. Feeling really strong through the center. And then we're going to take a breath in. As we exhale, we're going to tap the toes towards the earth. Upper body stays strong. Inhale to lift the toes. Exhale to tap. Inhale to lift. Exhale to tap. You're doing great. Let's try and get two more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to tap. Inhale to lift. And exhale to tap. Amazing. Breathe in to lift. And then exhale to drop your feet down to the earth. Great. We're going to cross our ankles here, come over our knees, and we're moving straight into our downward facing dog today. So lift up through those hips, lengthen through the arms and legs, but focus even more on that length through the spine. So a soft bend through the knees might actually help you cultivate some more space through the shoulders, through the back body. Going to take a little stretch for the calf muscles in our down dog here. So we're going to bend generously into our right knee and just gently drive that left heel down towards the earth, staying strong through the shoulders and upper back here. and pushing firmly through your hands, but feeling a lovely stretch through that left calf muscle, lower leg. It's quite a strong stretch for the arms, well, a strong stretch for the calf, but a strong posture for the arms as we stretch out that calf muscle there. You're doing great. Let's bend into the left knee now, guide the right heel down towards the earth, pushing firmly through those hands, stretching out that right calf. Lovely job. Center yourself on your mat in down dog. Take a breath in to flow forward for a plank pose here, shoulders over wrists. Long line of energy from root to crown. Push away from the earth and take a breath in. And as you exhale, drop through the knees. Hug the triceps to your rib cage, lower chest and chin down to the mat. We're going to draw our fingertips to the top corners of our mats. Take a breath in to lift through the chest. Draw the gaze up towards your ceiling. Elongated cobra, stretching into the front body. And then melt the chest down to the earth. Draw your palms forward in front of you here and just gently drop your forehead down to those hands. Just releasing through the legs a little here. Just taking a rebound pose, forward facing corpse pose, just to reset, recenter. And then we're going to lift the gaze forwards, draw the palms under your shoulders, tuck through the toes, and make your way back to downward facing dog. We're rooting down through our left foot. Take a breath in to sweep the right toes up towards the ceiling above you, pushing evenly into those hands, meeting in three-legged dog. We're going to bend into our lifted legs, squeezing the right toes towards the glutes, and starting to stack through those hips, so opening into the psoas muscle, the outer hip. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, guide your shoulders over your wrists and draw your right knee up to your chest, tiger pose, before dropping that right foot between your hands, grounding the back foot at 45 degrees, pushing firmly into your right foot, and lifting up for warrior one. So arms are reaching up to the ceiling. Left hip is opening up, back foot is 45 degrees, right knee is aligned over right ankle. Great, take a breath in here, and as you exhale, open through the hips for your warrior two. Back foot is now perpendicular to your front heel. We're going to take a breath in, lengthen into the front leg, draw the hands to meet in prayer above the head, and then as you exhale, come back to warrior two. Inhale to lift, exhale warrior two. Inhale to lift, and exhale warrior two. Amazing. This time you're going to inhale just to lengthen into that front leg before exhaling to shift your weight forwards and over that right leg to welcome a triangle pose, Trikonasana. So this is a really great opener for the chest, releasing tightness through the outer hip, lower spine, and those legs. Great stuff. Push firmly into your feet here. Take a breath in, use your core to lift the body to reverse triangle. Left hand slides down the outer edge of the left thigh, and right fingertips reach up and back. Amazing. Take a breath in here. And exhale to wimble your hands to frame your front foot. Tuck through the back toes. Meet the feet in a strong plank position, shoulders over wrists. Take a breath in, push away from the earth. Exhale, chaturanga or knees, chest and chin. Inhale, up dog or your cobra pose. And exhale for your downward facing dog. Amazing. Just shake things out if you need here. We're going to come on to our other side. So root firmly through the right foot here. Sweep the left toes up towards the ceiling above you, pushing evenly through those hands. Three-leg dog. And then you're going to bend into that lifted leg, drawing the toes towards your glutes, Starting to stack through those hips, opening into the left psoas muscle. Take a breath in with me here. And as you exhale, draw your left knee towards your chest, shoulders over wrists, tiger pose. Before stepping that left foot between your hands, drop the back foot at 45 degrees. Push firmly down into that left foot. Left knee aligns above left ankle as you lift for your warrior one position. Opening into the right hip, feeling strong through those legs. Taking a breath in with me here, and exhaling to open up, adjusting as needed for warrior two, arms reaching out wide. Finding our flow here on your next breath in, lengthen into your left leg, draw your hands to meet in prayer above the head. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to lift. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to lift, and exhale, warrior two. Great. This time as you inhale, lengthen into your left leg, and exhale to shift your weight forward and over that left leg, fingertips resting inside your left shin, and right fingertips reaching up towards the ceiling. Triangle pose, opening through the chest, releasing through the spine. Really good. And then push firmly into your feet. Take a breath in. Reverse your triangle, lifting the body up, reaching the left fingertips up and back. Breathing in here. And then exhale to wimble your hands to frame the front foot. Tuck through your back toes. Push down firmly through your hands as you guide your feet to meet in a strong plank position here, shoulders over wrists. Breathe in and exhale to take chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog or cobra pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Amazing. Okay, you're going to look towards your hands here. You're going to take a nice big step forward with your left foot, followed by your right. Coming into your forward fold at the top of the mat, chin to chest, lengthening through the back body. Take an inhalation to lift fingertips to shins. Lengthen your spine for a flat back, halfway lift. Exhale for a forward fold. Inhale, rooting to rise, lifting tall. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Amazing. Meeting in our mountain pose. Lift through the toes and then ground down through your toes, rooting firmly through both soles of your feet. Welcoming that grounding, that stability in mountain pose at the top of your mat here. We're going to move into a double balance practice. So we're going to root down through our left foot, come into a supported single leg mountain pose. So interlacing your fingers around that right knee and drawing your right knee up to your chest. See if you can find a point of focus in front of you that's non-moving here. Lift the shoulders up to the ears and then pull them down away from the ears to really open into the chest here. And we're building stability through that left foot, left ankle, as well as stabilizing through the deep core muscles here. Now we're going to move from single leg mountain into a traditional quadricep stretch. So seeing if you can move straight in. If you need a rest, don't worry, just take a brief pause and then come back to balance, guiding your right heel towards your right glutes, stretching into the right quadricep, and we can lift the left fingertips up towards the ceiling here. Really good. Stretching into that right quadricep. Can engage a little through the glutes here to get even more of a stretch. Take a breath in. And then exhale to release everything down. Great. Shake into the hands, shake into the feet. And then let's come on to the other side. So root firmly down through the right foot, pushing down with that big right toe. Lifting the left knee up to the chest for a supported single leg mountain. Shoulders drawing down away from the ears. Finding that point of focus in front of you that's non-moving. And building stability and strength through that right foot and right ankle. Making sure we're not holding our breath. Keeping that inhale and exhale strong and steady. And then we can take a break here if we need, or we can transition straight into that quadricep stretch on the left side, reaching the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Great stuff. Amazing. Take a breath in here with me. And as you exhale, dropping the left foot to meet the right, dropping the fingertips down by your sides. Shake into the hands, shake into the feet. And then meet me widthways on your mat, widening the spread of the feet, drawing the toes outwards, opening into the hips, preparing for a wide leg fold. Guide your hands to your hips here, take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, softening into the knees and folding forwards over those legs, coming into our wide leg folds. And you can just take a little sway from side to side here if that feels good. A little bit of movement. And then we're going to pivot on the feet here to face the back of your mat. So draw your left toes towards the back of your mat and your right toes, meeting in pyramid pose towards the back of your mat. So take a peek at me here if you need. We're lengthening into that left leg, that left hamstring, but also stretching through that right calf muscle behind us. So facing the back of our mat here. Great. Then gently guide your feet back for your wide leg folds. And then pivot on your feet towards the right side. So stretching into that right hamstring, left calf muscle in pyramid pose, facing the top of your mat. Amazing job. We're going to move from this pyramid pose into a fold at the top of the mat. So soften into that right knee and guide the left foot to meet the right at the top. Folding forward over your legs, take a ragdoll here, guiding hands towards opposite elbows and just shaking things out. And then draw your fingertips to frame your feet. Breathing in, lengthen your spine, flat back. Breathe out to fold forwards. Root the palms, step your feet back to plank as you breathe in. And exhale, draw your hips back for downward facing dog. We're lifting our gaze to our hands now and drawing our right knee towards our right wrist, making our way into pigeon pose. And we can come down onto our forearms here and just welcome a really lovely depth of stretch through the right glutes, a deep external rotation into your right hip. And just starting to deepen your breath here, we're drawing ourselves towards the end of our Yoga for Runners class. So just enjoying this final posture and just stretching out the glutes here, biggest muscle group in the body. So super important that we give them a good stretch, restore them moving into the rest of our week. Okay, taking your final deep breath in pigeon on this side. We're going to really gently guide our hands in front of us, rooting through the palms. Tuck the back toes and make your way back to your down dog, just pedaling into those legs. We're then going to take pigeon on the other side, so guiding left knee towards your left wrist, untucking those toes behind you, and then coming down onto those forearms and stretching into that left glute. Finding that deep rotation into the left hip as well. So this is a really wonderful hip opener as well as a stretch for the gluteals. Just taking our final couple of deep breaths on our left side for pigeon here. Before making our way up onto our hands, guiding our weight this time into our left hip and super gently guiding that right leg forward in front of you. Meeting on our sit bones and then making our way down onto our backs for our final resting pose here, extending those legs forward in front of you. Palms can rest on the belly or face up by your sides. And for these final few minutes of the practice, just let yourself completely relax into the mats, welcoming this space to integrate, soak up all the constructive movement we've taken together in the last 30 minutes. Finishing up our class today with a restorative corpse pose. Okay, just starting to wiggle through those fingers and those toes. Gently rocking the head from one side to the other. And then drawing your knees up towards your chest here, giving yourself a nice big hug. Before rolling over to your right side and making your way up into a comfortable seated position to end your class today. Lengthening through the spine and drawing the crown of your head up to the ceiling. And then once we're all here together, just breathing in to flip the palms, lift the arms up above you, And exhale, hands to your heart center. Just take this moment to thank yourself for dedicating space to this class. And I really hope you enjoyed this Yoga for Runners sequence.